Wait a minute, what am I doing? Two men and a what? Two friends from film school, one who graduated, one who did, and they decided to make a podcast. Okay, this has never been done before, right? Okay. This is Matthew and Harrison's Two Men in a Movie. It's not what it sounds like.
So in case you're curious, I started recording about 2 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. This isn't a gotcha.
I didn't need
this isn't a gotcha thing. This is a thing I figure out the intro as we go.
I think I've picked that up from hearing them.
On half the time, he does come with something planned.
Oh.
I'll ramble for 10 minutes,
Yes.
and then I'll hold up a finger, and then I'll do an intro.
Yeah. And I do my best to cut out
Everything else.
I do my best to do what a good Stephen King movie does, and it's cut out all of the stupid. So
Then why'd they cut out the orgy?
yeah, they're not going to show a child orgy.
Well, not really a child
In
orgy.
America.
They're acting.
Okay.
Wow, I hate that as an answer.
See, this is the shit I have to cut out. Except, if he gives me nothing in the next 2 minutes, unfortunately, that's going to stay in.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, I'm okay with my position on it.
I'm pro child actor or fake orgy.
Why?
Life art imitates life.
Okay. Yeah?
Okay, whatever. Whatever gets us past this topic the fastest.
Like contemplating that in either direction, so...
Movies are magic.
Movies are magic.
Wow, Hollywood's back, baby.
Dude, there is so much X-rater of this movie.
You were telling me that Papa was eating good a couple nights ago.
Are you serious?
Papa's eating good, less good. It's mostly smut.
Oh, no.
I know.
Wait, what is X-Reader other than... Wait, are you reading X-Reader for the plot?
I like to read fluff or romantic stories.
So much worse. That's tragic.
Well, I don't. Sex is cheap. You know, love is hard. Love is rich.
No, I'm not going down.
No,
this
you ask
line.
your question.
No,
You ask your question. I'll answer it truthfully.
No, because I know the answer is yes. I already know the
Well,
answer.
you don't know. Do you ask?
No, the answer is that why amateur porn is like as popular as it is because it's real. Anyway, not the point.
It's why
Sorry, I'm not a dirty person, but he gets me to be a dirty bird, and it makes me deeply uncomfortable.
To be 100% clear, I know the rotting Puritan influence that he has on any given room. So,
I've known this man
it
for a
doesn't reflect
decade.
on you.
Yeah. I'm usually pretty good at resisting, and then every once in a while, it just...
To that point, it is why I mostly watch amateur porn.
Yeah,
I like to know that they love each other.
Yeah, I understand.
I like to know that they love each other.
I mean, okay, that's fair, except there's a they there. An X-Reader, there's a you.
I mean, if I could...
That's a good point.
You hit on a good point. The main failing of porn is that it isn't about me.
So, isn't POV a thing?
Porn
Isn't POV a thing? Don't watch porn. So, like, isn't POV a thing?
Yeah, but it's not always great.
It's not inclusive enough of Matt.
Yeah, it's not inclusive enough of me.
It's not targeted
So
enough.
they don't explicitly say your name or anything?
Yeah,
Is that what bothers
they don't.
you?
Well, also, like, a lot of it's like professionally done, so it's hard to find amateur POV. It doesn't give me what X-Reader does, where it's about me, and so I can enjoy it.
Unfortunately.
So I can enjoy it.
Then there's a point of interest for me.
It really does feel like you don't like fanfic.
No, I like X-Reader.
Yeah, okay.
I like stories about me. I like stories about me.
A true filmmaker.
I don't put out like X-Readers requests a lot and bounties. If you just want to write Matthew X Cora, that also it doesn't have to be X-Reader.
So my parents listen to the show occasionally, and their current review is it really feels like you try and talk about the movie and he tries to be Howard Stern. And like, yeah, that is the show sometimes. It is me wrangling him to try and talk about a movie.
Time. I should have been a shock jock, but I was born too late. Too late for radio.
We can get you a shitty soundboard.
If you want to make the Matthew Olenchek show and keep it out of Two Men, I'm okay with that.
I want to be on the radio. I want to be in the studio. I want to bring little freaks. I want to press buttons. I want to be controversial.
Bring little freaks. Yep.
Okay?
What's his name?
What's his name?
The little guy.
Who's the little guy?
He's a small black man that looks funny. That Howard Stern would have on.
Kevin Hart?
No, he's a handsome young man. Hang on. You'd always
No,
say
he's a
ridiculous
handsome
stuff.
guy. I don't think Kevin Hart deserved that.
Small, black, weird guy.
No.
Howard
don't
Do
Stern.
okay. Why'd you put weird guy? You could just put
Beetlejuice.
okay.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, yep. Oh, I remember him. Yeah, duh. Of course.
Yeah, bringing little freaks and shit.
What?
I think it's deeply upsetting you're calling real people freaks. It's one thing in a theoretical world, but this is like a real human being.
Yeah, 100%. If someone said, "Hey, do you want your living to be running a freak show?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah!" Do I get a cane? Do I get a little showman cane? I'd point and say, "Look at this freak!" And people toss money at me.
You can do that today.
I did. Okay, literally, like a block. I don't know, a mile up the road, there's the like sign for the Tadmor Shrine thing right now, and right now they're advertising, and I'm only saying it because it's what's on their sign, but they're advertising their upcoming midget wrestling event.
Yeah, that's got really big recently. I'm into freak news.
But like, that's the sort of thing that I'm like,
These are real people.
I want to. I would
it's
love to run one.
2025. We're doing that still?
Yeah, we're all going back. We can say all kinds of things again.
yeah. I guess
unfortunately-
America's great again.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a safe space to be straight white man again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let me just like get out there right early on and apologize for ruining the
Fitting
demographic makeup.
Fitting none of the categories.
I'm so sorry. I apologize if this causes you to lose some of your viewership.
I'm hoping it
listenership.
might get us some, like not
Whatever.
our true fans, but more of the broader,
Not our true fans.
the broader queer person of color podcast audience that dominates
The rest of them.
the rest of them.
The
The
true
99%.
two men in a movie fans who pay $80 for it.
Yeah. And understand things that only straight white man can understand, which is hard in this culture because we never see representation.
Right. The experience of true oppression.
When we saw this movie, I didn't see representation of a straight white man on a screen. I saw Italian representation before the movie.
Shut up. God.
Was it nice to be represented on screen? By the way, that's what we were whispering about.
I know, because that's
before
what he was
you were
whispering
like-
about a few days before when we saw the
Before you
Phoenician
were
scheme,
like-
and that same fucking thing played, and it's like, oh, look over there, oh, Mel over there, blah, blah, blah.
He was telling me about it, and then as soon as it showed up, he and I decided to do the bit. I don't know you well enough to like do the bit, and I'm so sorry, but I know him well enough that he would go down before I would. So
You can dunk on Italians. It's fine.
for now,
It's never racist.
It's never racist.
yeah, for now.
When's it gonna?
What's
when will-
coming? What do
What's
you know
coming?
that's ahead? What terrible pogrom on the Italian people
don't-
is waiting?
I don't know anything. I got a feeling it's coming. I have a feeling the French are going to be the only ones left. Is all I'm saying.
that we can dunk on?
That we can dunk on.
There's no way there's no way that the Italian community gets any level of respect in this country.
Wait, what? Wait.
We can
you said-
always dunk on them.
Oh, okay.
One can hope.
One can hope.
Because the Irish got around it by becoming cops, but
Harrison's just praying for the night of the long stiletto.
but Italians are just naturally criminals, so they won't become cops.
Naturally, criminals, great, yeah. Uh-huh.
Welcome to the Two Men in a Movie podcast, where each week one man shows another man a movie he can't believe he hasn't seen. As always, I'm your truthful race science loving host, Matthew Olenchek.
It's earlier the year he was trying to pitch me phrenology.
He's always trying to pitch phrenology.
It's my culture. I'm German and Polish. Respect, hold space for my cultural heritage of race science.
No.
Joined as always by my usually an ally to the Polish people, host Harrison Poole.
I'm an ally.
Yeah, man, fuck the white guy.
How are you?
Black Pride, dude. Yeah, I'm doing great.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on.
We're joined by a guest.
Yes, we are. What name? Introduce, please.
I'm Melanie. I am here.
Hell yeah.
I have expertise on nothing related to anything. So.
Nah, she's a host of 3 podcasts.
Yeah.
You also went to the movie theater to see this movie
Yeah,
with us,
I am qualified by virtue of having been present for
and somehow Matthew convinced you to do this.
It's been a dream of mine.
in a moment of
It truly
vulnerability.
has been.
Every
I
night.
had nothing to do on Thursday, so
It's a secret to getting her to do a lot of things is that she has nothing to do.
Is this the first movie in from the theaters?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's just that good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm here for a
This is
turning
the
point
first
in the
Duke
show.
movie. Hell yeah.
Because all the ones we're going to do
Congratulations.
are coming out later.
Yes.
We're going to do Tron, we're going to do Freddy,
We're doing Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat 2,
Wait, there's another Tron coming out?
Tron Ares.
Tron Ares.
Oh, okay.
Jared Leto.
We're
Jared
both
Leto's
so excited.
Jared Leto's Tron, and he's coming to the real
They're
world.
still letting Jared Leto do
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. 9 Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack.
Okay, well, that's less of a
Have
problem.
you not seen the trailer where they have where the recognizer comes into the real world and everyone's like, oh.
I mean, I don't remember what the recognizer is, so yeah.
Sorry.
Look, I saw Legacy like once because Daft Punk.
Great album.
It's
great movie.
yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie. We just watched it over February.
Over February.
No, over March.
It's so long, guys.
Yeah, February was Breakup Movie and Black Klansman.
It's it's for Black History Month.
Yes.
Tron for Black History Month. Hell yeah. Okay.
Tron was March for Dune Tron because I'm not the sci-fi guy.
For Dune.
Yes.
We did Tron, Dune, Tron, Dune.
Themes on here.
If he's gonna make me watch sci-fi that I don't know if I'm gonna like, it's fine. I like Dune enough. I
heard.
yeah, I'm gonna make him watch sci-fi I know I love.
Like what?
Tron.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that was stupid.
Tron's
that was the
great.
premise. Okay.
Yeah, Tron rules. It's utter babble. It's complete gibberish. There is no plot, and it's awesome. The second one almost has a plot.
I'm trying to remember. There was a race.
Yeah.
There was definitely a race. And that's a plot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a race of people.
Yeah, which is kind of what this
Yeah,
movie's
hey,
about.
thanks for circling
This
back
movie
around.
also
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a plot.
It's a Tron tie-in.
Yeah, Tron Sinners.
Put Michael B.
the
Jordan
divots
in.
Kurt Russell's skull really do point to superiority. Wow.
Kurt Russell.
Is that not who it is? No. Who is it?
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, am I
Jeff
first
Bridges.
classing again?
She's first classing again.
That's not Kurt Russell?
No, it's Jeff Bridges.
Fuck.
They're the same.
You might not be
Get the thing I just said because I do have to appear on this show again at some point and reveal to you the great twist of the best X-Men movie.
Okay.
So pretend I didn't
the only
say
movie
that.
the only movie she's ever seen to the point she's like trying to remember she's like, there's a scene where this happens and I'm like, is it X-Men First Class?
Oh, are you a part of August?
Oh, Jesus Christ, these themes. Yeah, I guess so.
Hell yeah, you're
I don't
coming.
know, because like what? I'm supposed to be on for that, and then I think there was a vague idea that I would be on for Boogie Nights. Have you seen Boogie Nights?
I've not seen Boogie Nights.
Okay, so I don't know. August is gonna.
We
be
gotta do a
problem.
reverse one where we make the guest watch a movie and we can make her watch
God,
Jurassic
no.
Park.
No, you can't do that.
Because
You
my
literally can't force me to do that.
Yeah,
I
my-
would lose one of my most important bits.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to think. We have my brother coming and we have Philip coming. They're both going to be over the internet somehow. They're not going to drive up 4 hours to be here.
We're gonna pipe them through the tubes.
Yeah.
Pipe Brandon
we would
on.
love you to be a part of August. Look at us.
As appointed.
Planning things ahead of time.
Hell
It's
yeah,
almost
wow,
like we're
that's-
professionals.
That is actually pretty far out for scheduling. So yeah, good for you guys.
I do my best to schedule months ahead of time. He schedules it maybe 3 weeks ahead of time.
well, shit, this was scheduled 48 hours ago.
Yeah, less.
Yeah.
Less. We had a movie planned and then we decided to change it because this movie rules.
The movie's so good.
You picked the movie, but I was the one who'd seen it before.
Yes.
So
Yeah, there's really not a lot of integrity in how you guys have
no, there
set up
really
your format here.
We have the loosest of formats. Basically, we're just trying to fill in each other's like film knowledge gaps.
It's vibes. We're all vibes here.
Sinners, everyone. We saw Sinners.
Oh yeah,
we saw Ryan Coogler's
there's
Sinners.
a movie of the week That's
starring
great.
Michael B. Jordan and his twin brother Michael A. Jordan.
Michael A. Jordan.
See, I've been saying Sinners with Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan.
Okay, that's fair.
When they first showed up, she turned to me and she's like, they parent trapped them?
I was gonna. What if they're both Michael B. Jordan, but the B are different? Like they're twins, but different middle names. But they both go by Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like one's like the beta B, like the Greek B.
No.
No,
I just mean one's
Michael
like,
Bernard and then Michael Baxton.
Sure. Yeah. I mean that. Yeah. I was gonna go Bill and Ben. So like, yeah, that works.
You think he gets paid twice?
No, he probably gets paid. He probably would get paid more than like his average salary. He's also working with his friend, who probably paid him very well. Before we start, we'll really start. Sinners, by the way, is the second most profitable original IP movie since in 2010. Like in the last 15 years, it's
Jesus,
the second most
really?
profitable. Yeah,
That's grim.
yeah. I
Marvel
know.
movies.
Yeah. But it's about 20 million off from Inception, and then it's going to be the most profitable original IP movie of the last however long since the one before.
Well, it's a win for the culture.
Cinema's back, baby.
Yeah.
Cinema's
okay.
back.
Yeah, it just beat out Gravity recently, and people were panicking. Were you guys keeping track of like the early reviews when it was first coming into
No,
theaters?
I wasn't keeping track of it on any level whatsoever because I was like, horror movie. Not for me.
That's fair.
I don't care for other people's opinions.
Basically, all of the articles, that's the word I was looking for, articles about it were like, great movie, opened to $60 million. That's less than $90 million. Like,
Oh, shit. They mapped it.
And people want to be like, it's the opening weekends. It's not going to make all of its...
Awesome.
It's not a Marvel movie. It's not supposed to make all of its money back.
The issues of
opening weekend.
Marvel movies have pushed the math where it has to make like millions to be successful. And really, you can make a bunch of smaller movies that make like their money back in some, and you make a profit.
I was keeping track like a year and a half ago ish when they announced this, that like people were panicking that they were giving Ryan Coogler just a budget to make a movie. Like,
Why?
because it wasn't based on anything. It was like people were panicking of like, what does this mean for cinema that we give a director and his co-star friend just a budget, not even a big one, just I mean 90 million's like a decent budget, but like it's not unheard of.
Right,
like,
no, it's 2025. That's
it's like
some money.
yeah, like I want to say Nope was 70 mil, so like it's in the same ball. Like it's a budget. It was just insane. And then when it was coming out and people were like, it didn't make all its money back opening weekend, Ryan Coogler should be panicking. And we're just like, it's opening weekend.
It's gonna be in like the theaters for like a month.
Yeah, for
Like most movies.
It's made enough, maybe another one. Like, it might be in theaters for another month or so. It's made enough money. We're just shy of, like, between 350 and 400 mil, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But it's not that Iron Man money.
It's not
so
the
we
$2
have
billion
to panic.
that,
Yeah, it kinda
that
feels
Avatar
piddling.
2 needed to make to break even. By the way, Avatar 2 needed to make $2 billion to break even.
How did that end up with a blank check?
I mean, Avatar was the most successful movie of all time.
How did
and
that happen?
Titanic was the most successful movie of all
Trudy.
time.
Trudy?
Michelle Rodriguez, their character Trudy.
Oh,
Jesus Christ,
No,
okay.
but James Cameron got the blank check from Titanic. I want to say he got that blank check from Terminator. So Terminator or T2 led to Titanic, led to Avatar, led to Avatar 2.
Which will lead to Avatar 3.
Yes, but in between, Alita came out. But he didn't direct that, he just wrote it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez directed a James Cameron script, and it's the best of Maximalist cinema. I love
Even
it.
though it has that awful man Hugo.
Yes, Hugo. All your
Fuck
homies
you.
hate Hugo.
All my homies hate Hugo. What a
Who's
piece,
Hugo?
piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, I hate that guy.
Yeah, see, you're a homie.
Yeah, all the homies hate Hugo.
Yeah. I forgot for a second.
But that's not this movie. This movie is Sinners.
No Hugo's here.
This is This is Ryan Coogler's blank check from the Black Panther movies.
Right, but I'm imagining not the last time we're going to talk about Robert Rodriguez.
I hope not. Just in life. I
No,
hope.
in this episode.
Truly, maybe, to be absolutely honest. He's a man who's gotten so many blank checks.
Well,
and
he
like
did- he
half
did-
of them haven't cashed.
He did give us Vespas in Star Wars.
He also gave us Spy Kids.
He gave us Spy Kids. And where would we be without Spy Kids? I mean, it truly is some of the best children's media out there.
So Sinners.
Oh, yeah. There was a movie.
There was a movie.
Oh, yeah.
We saw it in theaters. I was levitating in my seat. Movies are fucking magic. Holy shit. It's awesome. Cinema's back, baby. So, this movie follows Michael B. Jordan twice. Well, technically, it follows a church boy son named Sammy, who's a guitarist,
Preacher boy.
preacher boy.
Son of Soldier Boy. Sorry, father of Soldier Boy.
Anyway, it's I forget the exact date. It's like October 19th, 1916 or some shit.
Holy
No,
shit!
thir-
I did not
19
get the date.
1936.
It was 36 because at the end it's like 92, so it's like a huge jump. I didn't know if it was like a huge jump or a huge jump. You know what I mean?
A huge jump or a mini huge jump?
So Sammy's on an adventure with his cousins, both played by Michael B. Jordan. They're trying to start a juke joint, a club, space where black people can hang out and
Gamble.
drink and gamble and dance. And sing the blues or play the blues.
Dance the blues.
Or dance to the blues, yeah.
Any of those things, really.
As long as it involves the blues.
It's got to be the blues.
I mean, eventually, they seemed towards at a certain point kind of keen about having some Irish music.
Did they?
Well, they were possessed. Well, they were dead.
No, Stat was kind of warming to the idea, and to that before.
I mean, he was warming to the fact that they had gold.
No, before that, he was like,
It's like, yeah, they're okay, I guess, but he still didn't want them.
He was bobbing his head.
He was humoring them.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't bad.
They were
They
fine.
weren't bad.
No such thing as a bad ethnic jig.
The Rocky Road to Dublin rips. The whatever the other one,
Wild Mountain Time.
Pickled Robin.
Yeah, I
Queen?
pickle Robin boy, or like I pickle Robin before he was 15. I don't know. I don't remember.
Something
the
felt
lyrics.
wrong. I wasn't really following the lyrics too closely. It didn't seem right, but
I checked out after a minute.
It was about like picking him clean, but there's not good eating there.
Yeah. Because they're vampires.
Yeah, you're really tipping his hand. Spoilers, there's vampires.
Well, he spoils it in the first 90 seconds of the movie.
No.
does he?
The opening narration is about evil, and then when goes into the church, and the pastor is like, "Drop your guitar," and it shows flashes.
Well, there's some,
of
flashes of something fucked up, but nothing about it specifically says it's vampires up until that point.
Maybe it's just all the marketing.
Yeah, it's just
made
like,
me to
oh, it
think
can
that
just
it
like
was
draw.
vampires.
He can. There's people who can play so good it can summon the spirits and everything. And the spirits can be good guys.
Yeah. I described this film to Joe as "What if From Dusk Till Dawn had themes."
Did he get that?
No one got their toes sucked in that roadhouse.
But if you think about it, it's an entirely different movie until the vampire shows up, and then it's not a horror movie for the first hour.
I had a friend tell me the opening was too slow.
They're wrong. Who?
Honestly, I kind of liked the first half more. This is a weird comparison, but what I was thinking of later was that it kind of reminded me of Life is Beautiful.
Sure.
In as much as it's just like, oh yeah, this is a pleasant period piece. I really like these guys' lives. This is kind of like bucolic and nice, and yeah, they're farming, and I mean, yeah, the economics of it all are pretty bad. Yeah, there's racial politics here that are dog shit, and that's not going to change for a while. But all in all, it's pretty good. Oh God, they're killing everybody. Oh no, whoa!
What if
Nazis just appeared?
What if Life is Beautiful was From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yeah.
I mean, she thought that the ending was a bit of a kitchen sink thrown together, and I've heard that a few times. I don't think it's correct, but it's not as wild to take to me.
I guess I can kind of see that.
Yeah, my only real issue with the ending with Smoke is I think he should have been shot more than once. With to justify yes, he was shot bad, but the way he was shooting everyone else and half of them were still half alive.
Yeah, to be fair, he got shot in the side.
Yeah, he got shot bad. I'm not pretending that it was nothing. It just
He got
but
shot
in terms of movies, that guy lived.
He got shot in
Yeah, that's what I'm
his
saying.
living organ.
His living organ.
Yeah, the one that makes you live.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But
My mom's
I
a
mean,
nurse.
The life sack.
The life sack.
Yeah.
Even then, I loved it. It's great. Is it a kitchen sink, or is it Ryan Coogler found a way to tie all loose ends together?
I mean, you're correct. I don't think it's a correct opinion, but it's more reasonable to me than, man, all this setup.
But you need all the setup for there to be
There are people out there who are mad it took as long as it did to get to a vampire attack.
I don't think you can cut really anything from the first half of this movie. I don't think you can trim much. I think this is an incredibly well-paced movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything that really could have
I mean,
You could trim seconds off some things.
Yeah, maybe,
sure.
but there were no like extraneous scene. Like,
No.
there was nothing that was like, wow, that felt really unnecessary. They just got their people together and went there. Like it was a pretty like straightforward like they
Even
just
the,
did
like-
a couple of crucial steps.
Yeah,
and got
even
there.
the like walking across the street to the store, you can technically have like jump cutted that. That's a
But
cool
why?
shot.
No.
Why would you do
couldn't
that?
because that's part of the storytelling. The
Yeah.
fact that this same immigrant family is
Yes.
serving both the white side of town and the black side of town.
And the fact that she overhears the conversation and then doesn't hear the second half,
Mm-hmm.
and then overhears the conversation with her mother the second half, but doesn't hear the first half, and like
yeah, no, that was a part that I was super enthusiastic about.
I love that shot.
That's great.
That's just good storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna be a movie about the racial dynamics of Mississippi in the fucking 30s, maybe show the racial dynamics of Mississippi in the 30s.
Yeah.
Like, this is in Mississippi, right? I'm not
Yes.
first classing the state, right?
It's yes.
Okay.
It's Mississippi because they mentioned the Louisiana Bayou, but it doesn't take place in Louisiana.
Okay.
I don't think it
I
takes
did
place.
not
No, it's
Mississippi
I'm pretty sure
swamps?
it's Mississippi.
Yeah, because I know they flee to Louisiana, and then their dad's their dad's evil, and so they go up to Chicago.
Okay, yeah.
So they would have to. You
Your
can't.
dad's evil.
At some point, they went to war. I'm unsure. Did they go to Chicago, or on the way to Chicago did they go
How
to war?
old those guys are supposed
Or
to be.
is the yeah?
It's a short war. And they left really
I mean,
young.
we weren't there for much of it, yeah, so
and
that's fair.
They left young. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe that's how they got out of Louisiana, and then from the war went to Chicago.
I do feel like that was the implication.
he's got his
Yeah.
trench knife.
And he's just an expert marksman. He's just like a hella good shot.
No hesitation ever. Really.
No.
It's one of those scenes that was like not supposed to be funny, but when he guns her down, it was so funny because it was just fucking love him.
When he pulls like without second thought, just pulls the gun on the woman in the club when they're doing the thing.
Oh shit! I don't like garlic.
He's like, I don't fucking care. Like,
No, it's yucky. It's like, bitch, look around. What the fuck?
For real.
Where do you think you are right now?
It really was nuts. I'm like, is she supposed to be like a? No, I think she just thinks it's really yucky. She's having a really bad reaction. Who doesn't like garlic? It's the one thing.
no, I don't know many people. I know a few people. I don't know many people who just eat whole cloves.
You're not some fucking white Protestant woman who can't handle any flavor.
No, listen. Garlic is good. I enjoy garlic. I also understand.
2025, Harrison.
I also-
Garlic is good. Garlic is good.
Garlic is- hey, I'm pro-Italian,
Controversial take.
but like,
You used to be pretty anti-garlic, so I'm proud of this growth.
thank you.
I wouldn't be here if you were still anti-garlic. That would be the line I had to draw.
Understandable.
I mean, honestly, if anyone told me they were anti-garlic, I would insult them very meanly to their face. Like, what the? How do you not like garlic? Like cloves, sure. You want to eat whole cloves?
No,
sure,
that's
I
what
get
I'm
it.
saying.
I get it, but you're still like, yeah, it's garlic.
Yeah.
It's got Allison. It's good for you.
So,
Yeah, let's see. They were working on a juke joint. They got food.
they hired the one blues player and we also meet Haley
Delta
Steinfeld.
Slim.
Delta Slim, and we see Haley Steinfeld in that same scene, but he bribes Delta Slim with $20 in Irish beer.
Her character, of course, being, as far as I'm aware, Mary Sinners.
What?
That's the tag. You have to
Oh,
look.
Jesus. Okay. Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, I hate you. I hate you.
Sorry. We weren't AO3
I'm
pilled enough
sorry.
for that.
I sat
I'm
there
not
like, fuck,
horny
what am I
enough
going to
for
put
that.
in? What am I going to put in? I can't just put Mary. I wrote Mary Sinners, and that's the tag everyone's using.
Of course it is. They got Delta Slim. They got the cornbread who was picking cotton in the fields with his wife.
I love that guy. What else have I seen? Obviously, I've
bunch
not
of
seen
things.
him in anything. But what else have I seen?
A bunch
him
of things. He's a face more than he is a name.
Yeah, I
He's like Peter Spall. Is it Peter Spall?
Let me look.
Timothy
it
Spall.
up. Oh yeah.
He was
don't
just
know who
he's
that is either.
Peter Pettigrew.
Oh, yeah.
He's in a
no.
lot
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I was
just
on
don't know his name.
my friend said a podcast a while ago called Spall Talk, which was when they bring on guests to watch a
I
Timothy
feel like
Spall
you have
movie.
mentioned that before, yeah.
Shout out to the Jacobys.
So Sammy is Preacher Boy. He's the son of a preacher. He's
He's the only one who could ever teach me.
Yeah, his father. His father doesn't like the whole blues. Just in general, he doesn't like the blues. He doesn't like the philandering and the drunkenness and the sinning against the Lord. But you can't tie Sammy down. He's gonna be a rock star. He's gonna be a blues singer.
He's gonna be a blues man.
Much the same way as it was completely not anything to do with the badness of the cousins. I do like that the father was right incidentally.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, the father also doesn't like the cousins. I think one, because the cousins are like freebirds. They're
he
just
knows
like
what the cousins are about.
They like yeah. They're like criminally, but also there's implied he doesn't like the cousins because of their dad.
Well, yeah, I mean, he knows how much his brother sucked.
Yeah. Well, they also killed his brother. So, like, also,
They would have
yeah,
sold me.
the-
They would have sold me. If two identical twins came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm Smoke and I'm Stack. I'm sold. I'm in their corner forever."
Oh, me too. I mean, I was.
Yeah, like it's like, yeah, look at help you with. What do you need?
So Smoke and Stack are twin brothers, both played by
The
Michael B. Jordan.
Smokestack Twins.
The Smokestack Twins. Really Elijah and Elias Moore. But Smoke and Stack, they kill their dad and they flee to Louisiana. All of this is before the movie. And then they fight in the war, and then they go to Chicago where they rob Al Capone. Or that's the story. No one really knows the story. They robbed the Irish for the beer and they robbed the Italians for the money. And
the wine. And the wine. The Italian wine.
They robbed they robbed Al Capone for the wine and the money, and they robbed the Irish for the beer, and they're pitting them against each other. And
Do you think they only took beer from the Irish? That's the only thing they got out of that.
in my heart of hearts, that's all they took. Well, they just needed to take. I think they just needed to take something to like get them against each other, and they just happened to be like, well, this is the thing that benefits us.
I will say it is a point of pride that for the Italian people, they did have to take money as well.
Yes.
The cost was higher to piss off the Italians, and that's a
Yeah,
point of pride.
Well, yeah.
Italians have a lot of things that keep them happy. If you take away an Irishman's beer, ugh.
So they go to Chicago. They steal. They buy a slaughterhouse from the Klan, and they're going to turn the
Nothing
slaughter.
could go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
What could go wrong?
And they specifically from the Grand Dragon, which we only know he's the Grand Dragon because the vampire happened to eat his nephew.
To be fair, they did bring a trunk of weapons.
Yes.
And if
They
one
buried
could
one of
do
them.
that,
Yeah.
what could the twins do together?
That's kind of
Yeah.
that's the point. Is they were
They
unstoppable.
were not
together.
worried about the Klan. They were right to not be worried about the Klan.
They only
Also,
became
hold on, what
vulnerable
was the
when they
Klan's
became
plan?
separate.
One thing I didn't understand, they were planning to jump them the next morning?
Yes.
That's weird.
They were gonna let them have their fun, and then they'd be hungover, and they were gonna.
They just assume everyone was just going to sleep in the bar?
They're
They
stupid.
assumed that the two owners were going to be there.
Oh, were they just there to slaughter the two of them?
Yes.
It really seemed like they were trying to get the whole
Well,
town, but
I think the two of them were the main targets,
and they were
but-
kind of okay with any collateral.
Yes, exactly. Or at least that's what I took from it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
I like how the alternate cut of this is that the Klan goes in the bar and gets killed by vampires. Like the Klan doesn't win in any scenario in this movie.
I would watch the shit out of that.
I would.
I would 100. Dude, vampires fighting the Klan. We should
good.
make that movie.
We can make it the sequel to Blackula.
There is a sequel to Blackula.
The sequel to Blackula.
Okay, we can do that.
We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
On the docket, Blackula 3.
What do the rights cost? $5?
Listen, I
It's
don't know.
one vampire series, Michael.
So where are the twins are badasses, and they only become vulnerable when they get separated.
And they're color coded. So are the cars.
Yes, Smoke is blue and Stack is red, and Stack has like a rimmed hat, like a cowboy hat, but like not a Stetson, but like that style.
I'm gonna be honest. There was no point in the movie where I figured out which one was which.
And then Smoke hat was blue with the paperboy hat.
And then he drove the
Must
blue
have been.
truck, and he drove the red car.
Smoke was married with the dead daughter to the voodoo lady, Annie. And Stack was red with the fakes, the pseudo Stetson.
No, you can't be saying they look the same.
I mean, they did.
can't,
They looked the same to me.
Oh, you're
I don't
saying
know what to
that
say.
all twins look the
I am
same
saying
to
that
you?
all Michael B. Jordans look the same to me. I think that I know it's 2025. That's a pretty fucked up thing for me to be saying. That's insensitive, but
Also,
I cannot tell one Michael B. Jordan from the other
Stack
Michael B. Jordan.
smiled.
Smoke was all about
And Smoke would never really smile.
Smoke was about the money and his dead daughter. And Annie, who I'm guessing is his wife, or
Something?
at least the mother of his child,
Yeah.
who they had love each other deeply. And Stack was red with the Stetson, who was in love with Haley Steinfeld, who killed him and became a vampire.
Goals.
Coles. I mean,
Goals.
so Sammy is with the cousins, and then they go to the truck, and there's a snake in the truck, and then they split up. We're
Super important we let you know about that snake.
Guys, there was a snake there. That was the main theme of the movie.
exactly.
There's a snake in my truck.
Doesn't matter what happened to the snake. Doesn't matter what happens in that scene of the snake. Just know
No.
that there was a snake in that truck.
Exactly. The snake was trying to attack him, and the cousins worked together and killed the snake.
They
And-
really focused on the snake bleeding out. We got a lot of that snake
I
bleeding
mean,
out, and it was fine.
They could only get one take of the snake bleeding.
Yeah.
They had to use it.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan actually did that.
There wasn't even supposed to be a snake in the truck.
Yeah, he just did that.
He brought the snake, and they were like, "Wow, that was great."
Yeah. He and his twin, Michael A. Jordan, were just like, we're going to brain sync for a second. Weird that they're both credited as Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
But,
You think they couldn't tell them apart?
almost, I mean, they were color coordinated, so probably.
They have different.
Look, if
they
even Ryan
swapped
Coogler
outfits-
couldn't tell them apart, then I don't feel
They have
racially
different
insensitive.
facial hair.
Yeah, true.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
You just can't see faces.
I'm not paying attention to them, I guess.
You just can't tell people apart.
so
So twins are fucked.
so there was a snake in the truck. There wasn't supposed to be. The twins brain
As
melt.
opposed to the snake that's supposed to be in the truck.
Yeah.
Snake
And they
was-
killed the snake, and it's a brilliant. They just kept it in the movie. That was improv.
Yeah, it was great.
They just improv the theme of the movie, and then they split up. Stack is going after the blues musicians and white woman, and Smoke is going
We're
after.
trying to avoid white woman.
Well, he loses his way
Again,
if he's
just to
trying
be
to
clear-
avoid.
just to be
he's trying
clear.
to live forever.
Just to be clear, she's not white.
So Smoke is talking to Lily's the daughter. What's the mother's name?
Annie.
No, Annie
Who's
is
Lily?
Annie is Smoke's baby mama wife.
Grace?
Thank you.
Okay.
Lily's the daughter.
Oh.
Bo is the father.
Sorry,
Grace is
I
the
lost
mother.
track.
Oh, I
Like
didn't
where
know
we
there
were
was
at.
someone named Lily.
Yeah, Lily was the
kid?
daughter.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
kid's name was Lily. But so he goes to visit the family at the corner store, split between the two halves of town, in the brilliant storytelling shot of Lily walking across the street.
And that town is fucked, by the way, now that they've lost their only shop owners who apparently did everything in that town.
Yeah.
They are.
They made signs. They gave stitches.
They knew about real
They
estate because
sold flowers. They sold flour.
they got that perfect. They got that perfect setup. They got literally right across the street. Probably waited a year. They're like, I want to buy that place, but that place looks like it's going to go under, and we need to have direct line of sight.
But yeah, and Smoke is shooting people in the kneecaps because they're trying to steal from his truck. He teaches the child the rules of the art of the deal, and
I feel like that was supposed to be vaguely. that was just kind of sweet.
I think it's supposed to be sweet.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be
I
sweet.
liked it.
I think it's like
It shows that he's like he takes care of his community.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Also,
community minded.
I don't know.
like that.
I forget when the daughter died, but that child may have been around the age his daughter would have been.
Oh, yeah. It is interesting because when
We saw her as a baby in heaven.
well,
Yeah.
because they couldn't have gone directly from the war. They had to have been here after the war.
They were gone for 7 years. Now, whether that was they were gone for 7 years or they were gone and came back intermittently for 7 years.
I think it died as a baby.
Yeah, the daughter died as a baby, so the daughter would have been around
And he's
7.
good, he doesn't shoot a single person that doesn't deserve it in this movie.
Well, I guess I don't know that one kid who had already walked away from the trial.
Well, no, you can't. He explains his logic, and his logic is sound.
Yeah.
You can't be going around how you almost stole from the Smokestack twins.
I, for one, would
And
feel
not
very,
have
I,
a
for
scar
one,
from
I,
it.
for one, would feel very safe around the Smokestack twins.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
But they haggle, they agree to make a sign, and they agree to bartend, and Bo does security. Bo does security, bartend. He's just kind of there.
Who's Bo again? Is Bo
the husband,
Was
yes.
he doing security? What was he doing? He was just kind of
He just-
lingering and
I think
having a good
He was the
time.
manager.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's keeping an eye out on
Yeah,
things.
I guess he was because he was the one who was just like, "Thanks, folks, for coming
Yeah.
out. We really appreciate you."
Because Annie was
Yeah.
cooking and doing bartending. Grace was bartending. Smoke and Stack were socializing and managing, and then Bo was managing. And Cornbread was security. Delta Slim was security and playing the blues. Sammy was
Security and
just
playing
playing
the
the blues. Playing the blues so good that he travels between time and burns down a building in magic. And then the vampires see him.
Yeah, they sense it.
Vampires love music.
Well, I think they specifically loved Sammy's music because he had the ability to transcend the dimensions.
I love that we got one traditional fun vampires where they have to follow dumb rules. Great. I like that even though he's the villain, he's still sympathetic. Great. I like that they didn't do a weird twist where he's like, actually, he's racist.
Sure.
I like that he just has this earnest belief, which is harmful.
I like that he's
the way-
sympathetic, but he's also the villain.
The way he's going,
Right.
They didn't try and get you to agree with him.
he has a good idea, but the way he's going about it is bad.
Yes, sure. Sure.
I mean, it is-
the
I will-
idea of unity and life on Earth can be heaven
Yeah,
with
he-
family. Yeah.
And I mean, it is interesting. I like that they decided to do that through the lens of someone who actually does have some idea of the impact of like colonialism and like an occupying force. Like, if you were going to make it anybody rocking up with that like set of, I don't know, mentality, like what he was selling, it's good that it's an Irish guy.
Yeah.
Like
1,500 years old. Direct word of mouth.
oh, we figured out we figured out when the Christians
that's what
came.
Ryan said was like he's like 1,500 years old.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, no, he like I love that the villain's motivation is I want to have a community, and he just
Well, that's the motivation he says. There was also, I don't know if that's even, I mean, the villain could be lying, but he also wanted to just reconnect with his family, and Sammy could do that for him, in theory.
yeah, he wanted to reconnect with
Although
his
he was
culture.
going to kill him, do they retain their powers of the spirit realm if they're turned into a vampire? Was he going to turn Sammy?
Yes.
I think he wants to.
because he was trying to bite Sammy a couple times.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think because he earns because everyone kind of there's the hive mind, so everyone's kind of sharing his beliefs.
Yes.
and they're all also earnestly like, hey, like when they prevent Annie from becoming a vampire, it's legitimately devastating for them
Yes.
because like you'd be part of the family. I think he legitimately just wanted to have this great community where everyone shares their culture, and he was just going about it the wrong way because he's a vampire.
Yeah.
Well, I
he was
guess
trying to have one culture. He was trying mass assimilation through hive mind.
He's trying to make like he's trying to make the great melting pot because like I was listening to it.
But was he? Because yes, he spoke the language, but like he would. If they're all one brain, aren't they all one culture? Like if
Well, they're not all
he's-
one brain. They get each other's memories.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Never. You're right.
Because
I'm
when you
gonna back
listen,
off on that.
when you listen to Rocky Road to Dublin, there's more of the more like African music influence as it goes on.
Yes.
Yeah, but there was also clearly behavioral change in the people who returned.
Yeah, because they're committing to his like beliefs. They're absorbing his beliefs, which is that everyone should be part of this big happy family. We should all play music together.
See, but at the same time, like their way, the way they were acting, the way they were talking, everything felt more sinister. And I guess I don't know, is that because we're human and like
I think
interpret that as is sinister? It's not actually sinister.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I got out of it.
Like it's
I didn't
a
mean to cut you
threat.
off. Sorry, I was
you're
trying to
fine.
guess.
It's a
ending.
threat and it's dangerous, but it's not coming from a place of like malice or sinister ideas. It's just that by his very nature being a vampire, his way of going about it is not good.
Right. So the idea of assimilation into one hive mind culture is good, but the way you assimilate everyone,
Or the idea of being one community.
no, I
yeah.
know. I'm purposefully
Is good.
I'm purposefully being dense. I'm doing what you do.
But the idea, I was born stupid and I'll die stupid. None of it's a bit. But the idea of being part of one community is good. But when your way about going it is hive mind, that's not great.
And in order to achieve hive mind, you have to kill people, thus killing part of the original culture.
Yeah.
huh? Yeah. Huh, I guess there was a message
What if From
there.
Dusk Till Dawn
Holy
has
shit.
themes,
Whoa,
guys?
okay.
What if
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like trying? What if From Dusk Till Dawn was social commentary?
Or I would even put it as to kind of like, because like that's how the Irish survived, is they assimilated into American culture.
Yeah.
That to assimilate assimilate into a culture, you have to give up a huge part of yourself.
Which would make sense why the vampires would be Irishmen.
Yeah, and you see it in the end, like how much did like Stack and Mary have to go up, and now they have to literally change who they are each decade to fit in.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, they were clearly, he was not hiding that he was Stack. I mean, they just kind of have to go to a different place.
Yeah, but he's also like, I don't like.
Also, this was the 90s. It's you just walk outside and then walk back in and
Can you
pretend
play
to be somebody else.
Can you
and
play
you're
the
done.
original? Can you play the blues on like an electric guitar? Like he is out
Charlie
of place.
Patton / their dad's guitar.
Yeah, he's out of place. He's lost the cultural foundation he was standing on, and now he's kind of just adrift in time.
I don't know. Maybe this is. I was looking at it as things were more or less fine. Like he seemed like he was
Oh
chilling.
yeah, things are more or less
Like,
fine.
Well, he's been doing it 7 decades at that point. Six. He's probably used to completely reinventing himself.
Also, things are more or less fine, but he did have to give up a part of himself to have that way of freedom.
Which is when he says it's the last time I saw my brother. Like it's the last time he and his brother were connected, because like yes, he had the hive mind family, but he didn't have his true family.
True. Yeah.
This movie's really good, guys.
No, it's great.
I do love the Native American vampires. He show up and say, "White people are racist." All right, good luck.
Yeah, fuck them. Let's go home.
Were they vampires?
No, they were vampire hunters.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought you said.
No, I said vampire hunters.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it did
not-
sound like he just said the Native American vampires.
Yeah, I was
No,
like,
that's my
I
favorite
thought they
band.
were.
That's my favorite band.
Vampire Weekend also would have been an excellent alternate title to this movie.
But where were the other 2 days?
It started on Saturday and ended on Sunday.
Oh, you're right. Shit.
It was a Vampire Weekend.
It truly was a vampire weekend.
Maybe the real Vampire Weekend were the friends we made along the way.
I also like how much Remick, the lead vampire, just like is upset by things in this movie.
Yeah.
There's like you throw garlic water in him, he's like, "Fuck!" You hit him in the head with like a thing that has silver in it. He's like,
Yeah.
"Shit!" Because I don't know, like so often it's like hissing and shit.
No,
I love
He reacts like a dude.
They're
It's just
dudes.
some Irish
They're
dude
dudes.
getting fucked up.
Vampires are dudes. I like when a vampire just reacts like, "Oh fuck!" Shit.
So, if we haven't explained it already, vampires take over the juke joint. Kind of.
Yeah, things happen.
They
Well, there
turn-
were some things in the juke point before that. I think we were telling a sequential.
Yeah. So the juke joint is losing money because Smoke is a better businessman than Stack, but Stack is the empathetic one. Almost like that's like a thing that they need each other to coexist. the juke joint is losing money. Sammy summons spirits from across time.
Of everyone's culture there.
Yes, of like a Jimi Hendrix, not pseudo Jim, like a
Yeah,
Jimi
sure,
Hendrix
you know.
electric guitar with 90s turntables.
It
with
felt
like,
very funkadelic. Like
Yeah.
it was a little more.
It was yeah.
the like spacey 70s thing than the 60s thing.
We had some Chinese dancers.
Oh yeah, I did
And we had
internally
African
love
drums
that.
and not a didgeridoo, not an oboe, but like a
Whatever that thing
like a
was,
woodwind-esque instrument.
But yeah, no, when the Chinese dancer showed up, the shitty thing is my mind was just like, oh, 5,000 years of Chinese culture reborn. Oh, it's oh shit! How much did Falun Gong pay
But
to
none of-
get China before communism in this movie?
All of the humans in the juke joint are like lost in the moment.
It's great.
and so they don't see that he's transporting across time, but the vampires see. And the lead Ramekin,
Remick.
Ramekin.
Remick is
You can
like
fit so much sauce in this bad boy.
yeah, right. Remick is like, I'm gonna use Sammy to get my friends back, because because in the narration it says that some people play music so good that it transports across dimensions, and Sammy has that magic power when he sings about his father and wanting to get laid. It's weird that song is about both at the exact same time. But
Sorry, Daddy, I gotta get my dick wet.
seriously, but Ramek is like, I'm gonna use him to see my friends, but he can't be invited in.
Right, like a wholesome motivation. You could just ask.
Yeah. And then Haley Steinfeld goes first. They do a little jig about pickpocketing Lil Robin, but he was 15, and they're turned down. And then Haley Steinfeld's like, I'm white. I'm white passing. They're white. We should absolutely I can talk to them, and they give her gold and turn her into a vampire. Because also her mom's dead.
It was not a good week.
It was one of my favorite things they do.
Not, like the day before they
Yeah,
buried her.
yeah.
They buried her on a Friday, and she got turned into a vampire on a Sunday morning.
The shot
Solid
that they do a
whitey.
lot in this movie
Very
I really
nice.
like is when Remek's doing a vampire thing, they cut it like instantly.
Yes.
Because like when he gets cornbread, you see like just him for a moment in the back and it cuts.
Oh, I did love the jump on her.
Yeah,
Like,
because he has the vampire levitation. He goes whoop and it cuts.
Yes.
that was great.
And yeah, they invite Haley Steinfeld. They invite Mary in because, of course, they would. It's Mary.
I would have I would have immediately backed up with the gun on them still.
Why? At that point, why?
If I'm worried enough about a group of people to point a gun at them, I'm not at any point.
But Smoke is away
And at that
panicking
point,
about
they-
money, and Stack is trying to get laid with Mary and panicking about money.
No, I'm
Right,
saying
at that point,
Mary.
the literal only thing they were concerned about was there were some white people, and maybe we can get money
No,
from
I'm
them.
saying
they weren't at the pull
when
gun
Mary
stage
went out
yet.
there, when Mary went out there and she pulled the gun on him.
Oh, okay, her.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant when she comes back in.
No,
like Cornbread
no,
should have
no,
pulled a
I'd
gun
say-
on her, and it's just like, for what?
No, if I were her, I would have kept the gun on them.
Also, Sammy, because he plays the blues so good he can travel through dimensions, he's gonna leave the town. He's gonna leave his preacher father, and he's going to get laid. And he's going to Louisiana, and he's gonna travel the road. He's gonna be a road dog blues musician. And
He
Smoke,
also gets laid.
yeah. And Smoke is like, I will.
Rex
I,
a
no-
home. Rex a home. Big fan of that.
I know
He
you're.
is immediately a homewrecker. Good for
Big,
him.
According to Matthew's a big fan of
that is
home
an
wrecking.
official stance of this podcast. Is home wrecking's good.
Oh, really? Okay.
I will tell you everything after the record. Okay, Matthew, you don't need to say it. I will tell her after the record.
Gee, okay.
Because anyway, I don't have
yeah,
much of a leg
no,
to stand
okay,
on.
no, okay,
Anyway,
what-
and Smoke is like, don't like be a preacher because this is evil. We're evil. Don't be around evil. And Sammy's like, well, I'm gonna be a blues man. Take that, cuz. And he pulls a gun on him, and he doesn't shoot him because I don't know.
That would have been a bit much.
But he did tell him to.
Yeah.
He would have been entirely justified.
He was just trying to scare
Would've been
him.
if someone tells you to shoot them, you're justified in doing it.
No,
I agree.
no court will convict you.
If you have, well, he didn't because there wasn't audio recording. But if you like get assigned and have audio recording and let it all be consensual, it's not murder.
Yeah, that's... Look, I am only a legal adjacent professional. That scans.
So Haley Steinfeld gets turned into a vampire, but they don't know it. They invite her in. She sleeps with Stack and turns him into a vampire, and everyone disperses, leading everyone into the outside to all of the vampires. They really
What a plan that was.
listen. They didn't. What I love about this movie is everyone reacts the way a human would react.
Yeah, and everyone keeps making completely sensible mistakes that they had no way of knowing were mistakes.
Based on the knowledge that they have, no one made a dumb decision.
True.
Like everything made sense based on the knowledge that they possessed at the time, and you can track and follow the logic. It's just the fact that Ramek is 1,500 years old,
Right, nobody,
and,
stupidly, nobody accounted for
omniscient vampires,
supernatural powers.
omniscient hive mind vampires. Yeah, who as soon as they bite, they get. No one counted on the fact that the moment you turn, you get all of their memories.
See, that is why the first time I encounter anything, I always assume it's supernatural, because then it'll often very easy be proven it's not. But I'm ready.
Yeah, and
So you gotta have your code word. So if someone from the future comes, they can tell you the code word only you know, and then you know they're from the future.
Stack turns into a vampire. They get Stack outside. I forget exactly how. Him was the pickle garlic, or was that Haley Steinfeld? How they got her outside?
They shot her a bunch, and she ran out.
Oh, that's right. He shot her. He
unloaded two
She
mags.
lifted that like.
She says,
I'm sorry, I bit your brother. It's
She says,
still
I
me.
can explain.
Oh,
And then he just double gun empty mags.
He does
into
the
her.
exact thing he should, and she just reacts like it didn't, like it was nothing, because it kind of was
Giggles
nothing.
and runs into the night.
And yet he still doesn't think something supernatural's going on, or he does, but he doesn't care because his brother's dying.
Yeah, it was a little. There was still a little bit of that. Like, no, we're still living in normal reality denial going on there.
it's shock.
Yeah, he's desperately clinging to what he knows to be true, while also accepting his brother's dying, while also accepting the thing he saw happened.
Yeah.
How
did he not process that quicker?
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's shock. Like, even,
How did it take him a full 7 minutes?
Man.
you see any like actual stories like when people are like telling stories of like alien abductions and stuff? It's all there's shock.
Yeah.
Like when you see something you don't understand, it's not in your worldview. You just like you kind of like go,
So it's Grace, Delta Slim, Annie, Sammy, the Perline, the wife, the married woman who Sammy home wrecks.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Smoke. And in some shots, there's another person.
That
and
poor
in
guy.
some shots, he's not there.
Yeah.
Are we
Because
talking about the guy who passes out?
yeah.
Yeah, poor guy.
Because in some shots when they show the group, it's only like there are 5 or 6 of them, and then some shots he's just like off to the side.
That poor fucking guy. I love that. Was such a good sequence of just like, oh, that's not. Fuck.
And they can't let him in because what if they already turned him?
Right?
because they find a guy face down in red liquid, and that's what they have to do the vampire test. They throw the body outside because it's gonna come back, and then they do the vampire test. Slim is like, oh, he's a vampire. He's like, no, I'm just drunk as shit and I'm anxious. I'm fucked up. And they go, and then Annie's like, are you sure that's blood? And he walks over, like tastes it. He goes, oh no.
Italian
Oh,
wine.
God.
And then Cornbread eats them.
It's so funny because he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't pay my tab.
I swear, I'm not trying to cheat y'all.
Because Cornbread gets turned just because he takes a really long. He has to go take a piss, and he's just like gone forever.
Yeah.
I loved that. I had to see a man about a dog. I had to take a shit.
And he's trying to get in. He's trying to like be polite and trick them into letting him in. And then Annie's immediately just like, "What is wrong with you?"
I love the
Like,
scene because they all get into it immediately, where they're like, and And he's like, "Yeah, come on." They're like,
We all need to start being polite and loving each other. Like,
Which is hilarious.
and so vampires, they all hive mind. They all do Rocky Road to Dublin. In
"They're pre-siege Rocky Road to Dublin."
in a great dance sequence,
And then you
which,
get the eyes.
which officially makes this movie perfect.
And you get the
this movie was
eyes.
excellent, and then the dance sequence happened.
Because they have like the cat eyes going on, and that's all in the background.
the
And everyone
golden, the golden.
got
glow.
Mary in a bloody dress.
Yes, they got Stack with an open neck wound.
He's looking fine too.
Hell yeah, baby. And Bo in the saddest, and truly what might be the absolute saddest twist when Grace and Bo are like, we need to get out of here, go start the car, which
What the fuck, man?
makes perfect sense. You track it.
Although
100
at that point they know there's like some supernatural shit happening.
They knew supernatural shit. The vampires had not shown up yet.
okay.
She had been shot and ran away.
Okay.
That has maybe Stack had been awake, but that's all that had happened.
No, I don't think Stack's awake yet. At that
Stack
point.
didn't wake up until
I don't think he's in
it
the
already
building when
left?
Stack
Okay.
wakes up.
Maybe not. But is like freaky shit's going on. We need to get home to our daughter. I'm gonna go start the car. In the truly the saddest moment of the movie, I think, because that's everything they did was correct.
Yeah.
And then Grace sees that Bo had been turned, and Ramek starts speaking Chinese, talking about Bo performing cunnilingus on her.
Big theme of
And-
this movie.
Yeah, this movie was real into
This
eating
mo-
pussy.
Ryan's
Oh,
like
yeah, Sammy Boy home wrecks by performing cunnilingus on Perley.
Ryan had one of his messages besides like the ones we discussed was, "Hey, eat your woman out."
Sure.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a controversial statement?
No, I'm just saying that we're talking about how it's in the movie.
Oh,
a lot.
is that one of the
Ryan has a
morals?
scene where he has a character explain how to
You
do
keep
it.
saying Ryan. Just first name, just Ryan.
We're buds.
Yeah, okay.
Do I have to bleep Ryan's name?
It's just that there's another Ryan.
No, I don't know the director.
Ryan Coogler?
My buddy Ryan.
Yeah, he's been talking about Ryan.
I thought you were
Coogler.
talking about the existing Ryan.
exactly.
I thought you were talking about Maid,
Which the
Maid
fucked up
Woman.
thing is, it wouldn't have been like
Weird, because I'm on a
Ryan-
podcast talking about a movie
Oh,
done by
Ryan was Ryan
Coogler.
was rambling to me about cunnilingus, and it's like, yeah, that scans.
No, it's talking
yeah,
about the
that-
movie.
Listen, I've had 2 conversations with Ryan, and that scams.
The theme of the movie, Ryan, my buddy Ryan, who made the movie, director Ryan,
Jesus Christ.
telling the audience to go down on a woman.
Yes. I agree. Anyway,
It's like there's parasocial and there's whatever the fuck this is.
He invited me
You're
to
like-
the cookout.
you're like people. Okay, you're like people who for funds call Robert De Niro Bob or Bobby, but you're not Martin Scorsese or Brian De Palma, which is insane, by the way, that they just casually refer to him as Bobby.
If you're friends with him, okay.
So where were we? Vampires take over. Bo is a vampire. They threaten to go after Lily. Grace freaks out. Reasonably so. Grace has a very reasonable crash out. She's wrong.
Yeah,
she's
she's
wrong.
wrong.
It's so reasonable. Every 90% of people would react the exact same way. Maybe not to the point where they say, "Come in, motherfucker." Like, maybe not to the point where you invite them in, but definitely the crash out is reasonable and the desire to do so.
like I want to fault her real bad. It's hard to. It's really hard to.
She's in her head, she's protecting her daughter.
yeah, it's
Question,
like, okay, then
question.
just run
Can
out
you
yourself.
revoke it?
What?
Could they have revoked it?
Can you revoke consent?
I don't know. How's
to go
that work?
inside.
Because no one tried.
Inside a house. Can you revoke consent from a vampire to go inside?
Because
a
if she
house?
says, hey,
I needed to
Come
do
on
the
in, motherfuckers, and then someone was just like, "Never mind."
Yeah,
they
right.
have had to stop.
what if Smoke said, actually, I own the place, you're not invited?
Never mind. This is not her house.
This is my place, you're not invited.
Well, you know what?
How
Smoke
does that
maybe.
work? Does it have to be the owner's threshold?
It would make sense.
I mean, that would
or
make more
maybe, maybe it's anyone can invite them in, but the owner can uninvite them. But at that point, I think in that point he's just like it's it's game time. It's like unfortunately it's game time. And they bite Annie. He kills Annie. Annie beforehand is like, don't let me turn. She does the zombie movie thing where it's like, don't let me turn, kill me beforehand. And he does, and genuinely upsets Mary and Stack, and leads in fights. Smoke can't still Stack. Smoke can't kill Stack.
Can't still him.
Dead. Smoke can't kill Stack. And makes off screen makes him promise that he would never go after Sammy. Ramek,
Which, okay, why did he agree to that? What made him stop and agree to that?
that's his brother.
But no. The vampire. Why did the?
That's
why
his
did-
brother.
Yeah, but okay, but everything else seemed like they had completely changed in terms of. I don't. See, that's where.
But he still had the moment, like when he's talked for. Well, he says it's still me. Like when he first rises, and when he talks outside to Smoke, when he's trying to convince him to go vampire.
I viewed it more as like a psychic brainwashing where their views have changed. They've absorbed a lot of the views of the original vampire, which makes them agree with him, but they're not like puppets.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if they can survive without their leader, then that implies that they have, while they are hive mind, they also are their own separate.
Right. I guess I was almost taking that as like, okay, once he dies, then they're disconnected. Like they don't die when he gets disconnected.
I think the hive
from
mind's
the
more
system.
just that there's like a psychic connection.
Yeah.
But more so that just that they have that their memories and feelings and stuff have been kind of mixed together.
Which is why he only saves Mary. Like he only grabs Mary and they run.
And where did they go? I was
Away.
I was wondering. No,
hole.
for the day.
A
Like,
hole?
Where did they go? Did they
a hole in the
like,
ground.
right next to the like
The
they
forest.
did not have far to go. Like the sun was coming up. They had like 2 seconds
They
to
crawl
get under
inside a
something.
log.
So did they just like lay on the ground all day and then go?
Yeah.
I don't know. I not an important detail, but I was just kind of like laughing at the idea that they just like found a ditch and laid there all day and then did something for 50 years or whatever.
Yeah, they were in love and they lived together in harmony.
Bought his records.
Yeah, they bought Sammy's record.
Which is such a that's one scene I'd love to see is just because they had to be so happy. They're just on the record store. They're like, is that little Sammy?
Yeah.
Like there was definitely the moment where they both got like really excited.
That's
when they
Sammy
saw
Moore.
It.
That's my little cousin.
They got like super excited.
They got
in that
so
store.
happy. Oh my god.
It really makes it seem like the movie does not consider being turned into a vampire to be a bad thing.
I think it's one of those pros and cons thing. I think it's sacrificing agency for like.
Would also it definitely makes you more malicious.
Sure.
It changes you as you as a person. It's not a total loss. A lot of things will have vampires be like a total negative.
Right. No.
But this is not like you can be happy as a vampire.
I think you maintain your base personality.
Yeah.
And you maintain memories of whatever. So it's implied that there's still the connection afterwards. But even if you don't have the same emotional attachment to those memories, you remember that you had the emotional attachment to those memories.
Yeah. And I mean, this isn't a drawback or anything. It just kind of seems like it's fine.
But that's his brother.
It seems like it's fine. Like,
but yeah, he doesn't kill Sammy because he promised his brother.
Annie was kind of overreacting.
I mean,
Annie, this is a bit much.
Well, it's about the going to heaven.
Maybe it's she wants to see her daughter.
She's practicing witchcraft. She's not going to heaven.
She went to heaven. We saw
Yeah.
it.
That wasn't heaven. That was just Mississippi.
Well, it's with her daughter. That's all that matters. All that matters is that the three of them are together.
He got pulled in.
Whether it's heaven, hell, or purgatory.
Are you saying your baby didn't go to heaven?
Was it baptized?
I don't know if they're Catholic or not.
Most Christians believe in the age of accountability in general. So if it's before the age of accountability, they automatically go to heaven.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes the baptized babies end up in hell's waiting room.
I said most. I am not.
Sorry. Is this not a Catholic podcast?
It is.
It's
okay,
unfortunately a very Catholic podcast.
This is a Catholic podcast, right? Those babies are in Sheol.
It's unfortunately an incredibly Catholic podcast. But Sammy goes back to the church, and the dad's like, put down your guitar, son, and he doesn't. Instead, he becomes a rock star. Smoke kills the clan, dies in the process. smokes a cigarette in his last moment, sees Annie and his daughter in like this flashback / Heaven's Gate moment, where it's like, you put down that cigarette and I'll let you hold her, and he does, and he grabs his daughter and he dies, and it's this beautiful moment where both brothers are dead and they're both separated, but they're both with their new families.
Yeah, and I mean, in the end, they did both get what they wanted, so I guess happy ending.
They both got what they wanted without each
other. Yeah.
Because I think what they really wanted,
freedom, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what they really wanted was the 5 of them living together in one 3-bedroom cabin.
In one 3-bedroom cabin. I mean, we really need to make sure that we are using a multi-family dwelling
Who's in the third?
for this scheme.
The daughter. The daughter grows up and gets her own room.
Oh, so it's like
this is ideal.
The
world.
ideal,
The
not the
ideal-
ideal, the ideal situation from where they started. The ideal situation overall.
This is what they want. This was the life that they stole from Al Capone for. But he kills the Klan. Sammy becomes a rock star, a famous blues musician, or maybe not even famous, but like a professional.
He is
Seemed famous. I mean, he was,
maybe not like top, maybe not like the most famous, but he has records in the stores.
Yeah, he's a professional.
And it seemed that he owned that club.
For like, did he own it or was he a regular?
I don't know.
Because I think they implied that he was a regular in the way that Delta Slim was a regular at the old club.
Yeah, I guess he could have been. I don't know. And this, I think, was me interpreting him calling him boss literally. But yeah, he could have just been calling him that.
Or it could have been literal. Like that's yeah. But
because an Italian man did call me boss at the deli, and I did not own that.
So Stack and Mary see Sammy at the end of his life. They offer to turn him. He declines. He's like, I've lived enough and I need to move on.
But let me play you the blues.
But yeah, and Stack is like, we bought all your records. We love your records. I don't love the electric stuff. I liked the real, which is it's a pseudo Bob Dylan reference, but also like
the Electric Sammy controversy.
Yeah. And he asked, do you still have the reel? And he does. He has like a refurbished version of their father / Charlie Patton's guitar. And he plays them one last little blues song that's like not even a full 2 verses and a chorus. It's like half a verse and a chorus.
And that's good enough. That's all we need.
They hug,
and they go about their ways.
He gives him $200.
Or he gives the bartender $200.
He puts money on the
because he buys the whole round of drinks. They all leave. Mary wishes him a happy life. They have this moment of like, shit was fucked up. It was actually like a horrible night, but the day before might have been the best day of my life.
Oh, that was great.
Was it that way for you? To Stack? And he's like, no doubt about it. Absolutely. It's the last day I saw my brother. It's the last day I saw the sun. And it's this beautiful moment between the two of them, of this mutual like this mutual love and respect for each other, but also honoring Smoke. And it's the Mary and Stack walk away right away into the sunset.
People were leaving the theater before we were like, no.
I know.
The people next to us definitely stayed because we were like, no.
Yeah.
I saw them start to get up and they sat right there.
Yeah. Because we told them, like, there's one more scene.
Yeah. And they tried to walk past me. I'm like, there's more.
Yeah. And Sammy just sits there. He watches them go. He takes a last drink. Sinners. So good.
Really great.
Cinema's back, baby.
Cinema's back, baby. This is so good. Everything about this technically, like, very well technically directed, expertly paced. All of the horror decisions make sense. Sorry, you were trying to say something?
No, there just was one thing, and I looked into it a little bit later, and I kind of agreed that, like, yeah, they wouldn't have done this by mistake, but there was an interesting thing in the church scenes in particular. There's always been this issue of literally showing black skin on film.
Yeah.
And it in some of those scenes, particularly like when it was looking at the father,
it's basically a black face.
It seemed like it had that same. It looked as if they had fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, but it's fucking Ryan Coogler.
No.
He knows how to shoot black skin.
As I was watching this, I thought it was a decision. I think it's the decision of, even though his father is a man of God, his father is not the correct decision.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like I said, black people know how to like black
Right,
skin.
it's like it's fucking
It's
Ryan
an-
Coogler. I think he knows how to shoot a black person.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree. I was actively in the theater thinking that was a beautiful shot. Like having seen the movie and then watching it a second. I didn't catch it the first time, but watching the movie in the theater the second time, I was like, "That's a brilliant decision."
yeah, and it does make a ton of sense.
That his father's a man of God, but his father is also the dark side of Sammy's life.
Yeah,
Like,
and by the end, I kind of got that. But at the beginning, I was just like, wow, they still fucked that up. They still can't get we're still doing color bad in 2025. I was just like, no, he knows what he's doing.
no, it's just
He can handle that. I will say, kind of glossed over it, but the baptism, like the final fight.
Oh, when he starts saying the prayer and then Remick joins him in it.
yeah, that was spectacular.
And when he's like 15 or however many years ago, a man said those prayers. I hated that man and I hate what he stood for, but those prayers are beautiful. Like, and he just smacks him with the guitar.
At
and
Sunrise, everything about that was portrayed as like an old timey like black church baptism.
Yes.
And it was, ugh.
So
good.
we really did skim
He
over that.
catches
That's
on fire.
That's a brilliant scene. Thank you for circling
and
back.
that was the one that like stuck with me the most, just because like everything about that was just like the angle of it on everything, like everything about that was just fucking.
Also, logistically,
Perfect.
the fact that like of course the guitar is silver, but only like this little part would be silver.
Oh, that's so good. The old like I don't know if it's a dobro or whatever, but that
Yeah.
style of guitar just smashing into his head.
But you wouldn't think about it. In that moment, he's just like, I need something to get him off of me. And then when it slices through him, basically, it gets like stuck in his head.
And he goes, "Fuck!" I'm
yeah, that's great.
gonna piss real quick. You guys can keep talking.
Okay.
Oh, we're allowed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go my grace.
Oh, okay.
I don't hear fucking talking.
I'm sorry.
I was debating on leaving this in or not.
Do we? For the folks at home, Matt is still pissing.
Oh.
Yep.
I might hard cut. I genuinely, what I might do is be like, I'm gonna go take a piss. You guys can keep talking. Now it's the conversation. Where was I going with this? I want to see Ryan Coogler make more movies. I want to see Michael B. Jordan become an official like movie star if he's not already.
See, yeah, and I guess that's why I was kind of surprised by you asking that, because as far as I was understanding it, I definitely thought he already was.
Sure, I'm probably with black audiences and white audiences knew him. He was famous, but like
He's not studio. He wasn't studio leading man yet.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, is he officially a studio leading man, or does he need
Gotta
one
be,
more?
yeah.
At this point, he
Like,
has to
It'd be wild if he wasn't.
In what world do you not get an original IP greenlit that makes $350 million in 2025 and then not become a huge movie star? But
I don't know the other worlds. I can't name them, but
that's fair. Anyway, I want more movies like this. I want all movies to be this movie.
it would be nice if we got more vampire movies again. I feel like they kind of fell off for a little while.
It's a
there.
recession indicator.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Vampire movies go away during the recession?
No, they come back. They come back right before or during the early bits of recession.
During recessions or times of trouble, but vampire movies are usually made to reflect like current social anxieties. Like Nosferatu is very much like a Spanish flu.
Nosferatu was Spanish flu. Dracula was the early 30s. Twilight was 08. I mean, there's more in between, but those are the two that come up off the top of my
Vampire
head.
movies tend to be big when there's social
Queen of the
anxiety.
Damned was just a fucking 9/11 allegory.
Yeah. Like,
It came out before. Did it come out before?
Listen,
9/11?
I think
I don't
the
know.
fact
Whatever.
that-
Was Aaliyah already dead? I don't know.
I think the fact that this movie is as popular as it is bad for the country, but I think it's great for
It's
the
bad
country.
for the country.
I think it's bad for the economics of the country. I think it's great for...
Vampire movies do well when there's social anxieties.
But I do think it's
stated
good,
fact.
But it's good for the economics of the country if
Now,
we go
does
back
this
to Hollywood.
does this slot into the cannibal wave?
I would have to do more research.
Okay.
would
I
have
only
to-
know the vampires because I took a class on vampires in film and television. Like a few of the lectures were documenting like the connections to vampire surges in
Yeah.
film and television to social anxieties of the time.
And new zombies represent different things depending on whatever ailment
No, I've
is
definitely
going
heard
on.
the zombies are
But, yeah,
reflective
vampires
thing. I guess
are-
I never really thought it extended to like all monster movies. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess Godzilla's nuclear holocaust.
It truly is just the Japanese dealing with the
King Kong, what if there was a monkey?
There's a monkey.
It's the,
What
well,
if
we
there
talk
was a
about the
monkey?
difference between American and Japanese Godzillas,
But no, she's right. Like King Kong is the natural fear of what if I was in the city, a place where I think I'm safe from monkeys, and now there's a monkey and he's really big.
There was a monkey.
And he's big.
What if Jack Black was
What if Jack Black brought a
P.T.
monkey?
Barnum with monkey?
What if he brought a monkey to my city and now I'm not safe?
So, go watch Sinners if you haven't already. I will definitely be buying the Blu-ray, if not 4K, of
Yeah,
this when it
I have
comes
it.
out.
I have the pre-order in my card.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm going to. This is my favorite movie of the year so far. Keep in mind, I've only seen like half a dozen movies in the theaters.
I think so too.
but this is my favorite movie
yeah,
of the year so
probably.
far.
Of the year so far, have I seen? I mean, The Phoenician Scheme. What is? I don't know if I've even seen any other movies in theater this year.
Yeah, I never remember what. I'm always like that happened this year. And it was like last year. So yeah.
That's fair. No, but this movie's great. Go see it. Do you have anything you want to plug at the end here before we do socials and sign-offs?
Y'all should be growing food. You should do that.
Okay.
The infrastructure is going to break down, so get your victory
God.
garden started now, y'all. That's
She's gonna go to her
Because
her
Vampire
Water Wars
Cinema's
rant.
back.
Vampire Cinema's
so
back.
grow your own food.
Yeah, the ports are closed, so that's what I'm plugging. You can find me outside.
Hell yeah. Socials, I guess.
Yeah, I can do socials. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we're Two Men Movie Podcast. YouTube's Two Men and a Movie Podcast. If you want to email us, there's still the $5 bounty on an X-Cora fanfic, or Matthew X-Cora, I guess. It's for me. I will do $10 for a decent Mary Sinners X reader / X Matthew fanfic.
So is it X? Do you want do you prefer X Matthew specifically?
I do not prefer it specifically, but I will accept it as the same.
X Matthew.
X Matthew. If you want to follow me, it's Midwest_magician on Instagram.
But you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Lemonade at harrisonpoole.com, HarrisonPoolDotcom, harrisonpool.com. You can follow me on Letterboxd, which is the only social media I update regularly, at HDPOOLE124 at gmail.com. Real quick, I want to read my review of Sinners because I think this one's a banger, and my
The
brother's
movie or your letterbox review?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The most recent one that I did Tuesday was I forgot the outside world existed for a couple hours. I was fucking levitating in my seat. Ryan Coogler is a motherfucking genius goddamn wizard. Movies are fucking magic, man. Cinema's back, baby.
Oh, even the E?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it was just, I love the first one was I love it. Watching this in the theater bordered on a religious experience. I was shaking and gripping in my seat. God, movies are fucking magic. Movies are fucking
Movies
magic.
are magic.
Thank you so much to Tristan Hostetter for our theme music. Thank you guys for listening. Tune in next week for Raising Arizona.
Are we doing my? I guess not. This was my movie. I thought it was like a special.
Do we want to do Flash Gordon?
I kind of want to do Flash Gordon.
Tune in next week for Flash Gordon.
Hell yeah.
All right. So long and good night.
Hugs and kisses.
This is Matthew and Harrison's Two Men in a Movie. It's not what it sounds like.